The man simply taped a photo of his enemy onto the punching bag and threw his fists the way his coach had taught him. In the very next moment, the heavy bag was sent flying by a single punch. He did not even notice that his own fist was already torn and bleeding. Everyone else was stunned, because only heavyweight fighters usually damage their hands to that extent. Not long ago, this man had been nothing more than someone everyone pushed around. Every day after school, instead of resting, the first thing he did was help with housework. Even when classmates invited him to watch a movie, he would turn them down, because he had to prepare for night fishing. His mother was the only one supporting the family, so he had no choice but to go home and help. A quiet and obedient kid like him somehow became a target for delinquent teens. Just because of the smell on him, he was beaten for no reason at all. Facing 3 attackers, Ippo did not dare fight back even once. He could only endure the beating. His retreat only made them more aggressive. Their vicious stares made him give in instantly, but the next second, one of them kicked him hard and sent him flying. At the moment he fell, someone reached out and caught him. The newcomer first checked his injuries, then looked at the 3 delinquents. They were nothing more than street thugs with no real skill. He placed Ippo against the wall to rest. Angered at being ignored, the delinquents rushed forward. The man simply kept moving, easily dodging every attack. Just as they prepared to strike again, they noticed that all the buttons on their clothes were gone. During those evasive movements, Mamoru had casually plucked them off. Realizing they had run into someone far beyond them, the delinquents fled in embarrassment. Once they were gone, Ippo finally relaxed and immediately lost consciousness. Soon after, the sound of fists hitting bags woke him up. Only then did he realize he was inside a boxing gym. After confirming that Ippo was fine, Mamoru told him to go home as soon as possible. He said that while he disliked people who bullied the weak, he despised even more those who were bullied but refused to fight back. Ippo thought of the way those delinquents had insulted his mother, and his emotions completely collapsed. Crying, he turned to leave. Seeing this, Mamoru finally called him back. He decided to teach Ippo some basic self-defense skills. Mamoru drew portraits of the delinquents who had beaten Ippo earlier and taped them onto the punching bag. He told Ippo to try throwing a punch. Ippo's first punch was extremely soft, almost completely harmless. Mamoru fell silent. He told Ippo plainly that if he was angry, he should hit with all his strength. Ippo's second punch finally looked a little better, but it still lacked power. Mamoru began correcting his form. When stepping forward, he needed to drive his weight ahead. His waist had to twist at the same time, and his shoulders had to follow through naturally. After grasping the essentials, Ippo threw another punch. This time, it was a real punch. He did not notice that his hand had started bleeding. He was fully absorbed in the joy of success. Mamoru grabbed Ippo's hand to check it and saw that the skin had split open. He took him to the medical room and wrapped it up. While doing so, Mamoru casually checked his body. Ippo looked ordinary on the outside, but his muscles were solid to the touch. Years of hard labor had unknowingly built his foundation. The coach judged that Ippo's physical condition was very suitable for boxing. Once he mastered the technique, it would be more than enough to deal with those punks. Ippo, however, had no confidence at all. From childhood to now, he had never fought back. He had always been the one getting hit. Knowing he could not convince him right away, Mamoru handed him 2 tapes of World Knockout Championship matches and told him to watch them carefully at home. When Ippo returned home, his mother noticed the injuries on his face. He did not explain anything and simply helped move the fishing boxes. 6 boxes filled with ice were lifted easily by him. Seeing such a sensible son, his mother felt deeply guilty. She told Ippo that he was only a high school student and should do whatever he wanted. The family matters should be left to the adults. Those words made Ippo feel even more ashamed. If he were just a little stronger, he would not have been too afraid to resist when others insulted his mother. That night, Ippo played the tapes Mamoru had given him. On the screen, world-class boxers traded fierce blows, every punch landing solidly. The tension was suffocating, yet he found himself completely drawn in. On their faces, he saw an intense hunger for victory. At that moment, he felt a powerful longing for the first time. He wanted to become that strong. From that day on, he devoted himself to boxing. He lost focus in class, read boxing books, and on the way home after school, his mind was filled with movements and rhythm. The more he thought about it, the more excited he became, until his body started running on its own. He finally made his decision. He was going to become a boxer. Early the next morning, Ippo waited along Mamoru's usual running route. He was holding a newspaper with a story about Mamoru becoming the top rookie. Mamoru thought Ippo was there to ask for an autograph. Instead, Ippo said he wanted to box. He wanted to become a fighter. Mamoru could not help laughing. In his eyes, someone so timid could never step into the ring. He even considered introducing Ippo to a regular gym instead. Ippo insisted again that he wanted to become a professional boxer and see what it looked like to grow stronger. Even as he spoke, his body was trembling, but his eyes were firm. He wanted to become as strong as his coach. Seeing his determination, Mamoru finally nodded.